Hi everyone, welcome to Mad Talk. We hope you're enjoying the holidays.
Yes.
We haven't really had much of a holiday, have we? We've been working really hard at work.
For you.
And probably you guys have been working hard as well since we gave you a few things to work on during the break, and I'm sure most of the other courses did, but hopefully you're having a few days free, and especially this long weekend.
Yes, coming up.
Yes, so enjoy your last few days of break.
But before we talk about next week, let me remind you, we'll remind you of a few things, but firstly, let me remind you of the drop-in session. So this Friday, the 22nd of April at 12, so midday to 1 p.m, I'll be there with Kim in a drop-in session, which will be at Hughes 113. So Hughes building, level 1, you take the lift down, room 113. We'll be there to answer any questions that you may have about the test. Also, in terms of the test, please remember there's going to be 2 questions on anatomical positions.
Yes, I've snuck a few questions in, but most of it's on cells and tissues. Yes, so what else are we going to talk about? RSD1.
What do we have coming? Yeah,
RSD1, yes. So
the marks are out,
that's done and dusted. So
if they've got a 0, what does that mean, Mario?
It probably means that you didn't do it, or it means that you didn't submit or upload your actual bit of work. So 0 grade was recorded.
And you can check this yourself, because if you go in, you'll see there's actually no document attached under RSD task.
So if there are any issues, raise them with your tutor, or contact one of us and we'll investigate. But RSD2 is what you should be working on at the moment. Now, we want everybody to update everybody in their tutorial class next week on what they're doing for RSD2. So please bring along 1 or 2 sentences worth of information to say, you know, this is me and this is my project.
And that's really for us to be able to help you and make sure that you're on the right track, so you're not wasting time on something that maybe isn't going to get you the best marks.
Yeah,
so
keep it focused and specific and you'll be fine. So speaking of tutorials, we do have tutorials then obviously next week. And those tutorials are going to be on, let me just look at my list here. Those tutorials are going to be on bone and probably muscle.
We'll have a special tutorial dedicated to muscle. This is a squeaky chair. So this will be mainly on bone.
Okay, fantastic. Labs.
We also have a lab coming up. So we have, now that you rested for 2 weeks, we have a full-on week for you coming up in week 7. So
sounds exciting.
On Thursday, you have your labs that are going to be on muscle. So just as you left, we had a lab on bone. Now we're talking about muscle and some joints.
So bring along all your resources for that lab. And finally, lectures and the tests. So next week, we have a review lecture on bone, joints and muscles on Tuesday.
Remember, Monday's a public holiday, so don't come in.
Then on Wednesday we have our first test 1, which we've already talked about, on cells and tissues with a couple of anatomical terminology questions.
So 30 MCQs, you'll have about 40 minutes to do the test.
And that'll be in the Brags for the vast majority of you. Some of you will have it in a different location, but you've already been contacted by email. And remember, that's worth 7.5%, so please put some effort into it because it's fairly easy marks. I think that is all we need to talk about this week. So
we've missed you, so we look forward to seeing you.
Yes, we have missed you. Enjoy the last few days of holidays, and
until then, keep it mad.